what makes a great salesperson?
Sales has evolved massively over the years. If you asked that question 4 or 5 years ago, people would say it's somebody who regularly hits target. And that's true to a certain extent, of course. But the values have changed massively, especially going into 2023. And a great salesperson nowadays, of course, hitting your target is very important. It's somebody who serves their customers. It's somebody who leads from the heart. And it's somebody, it reminds me of an old Wayne Dyer quote, given the choice of being right or being kind, choose kind. So those for me are the great traits of salespeople. Yes, you have to be able to pick up the phone. Yes, you have to have resilience, all the usual stuff you'd expect. But going into the future, serving your customers first, putting your customers first, leading from the heart, these are really priceless skills that are finally becoming important in the modern world.
I personally agree with you, but let me offer a contrarian point of view. There's a lot of talk around, the balance between serving your customer and serving yourself and the interests of your employer. And usually there's contention. So for example, if you recognize that actually what a buyer is looking for is something that you can't do, but one of your competitors can. Now, I know great examples of top salespeople who have referred them to their competitors. And in the long run, that actually benefited them because they kind of established far deeper trust with them than they could have down the other route. However, that did cause contention between them and their employer. So could you elaborate a bit more around how does one great offer service to their customers, and how does someone sell from the heart? What does that entail?
I know that many of the listeners to your show are entrepreneurs. So it's much easier if something's not a right fit to say, look, you're not a right fit. I'm going to recommend a competitor or somebody who is. That also does take a lot of intelligence and courage, and that's a good thing to do. If you work for somebody else, because I have recommended my competitor in my previous job when I worked 25 years for other people, my boss was livid. He was not happy about that. And so in that case, you have to exercise caution. Because bear in mind, there are a lot of terrible bosses out there. There's a lot of bosses who don't care how you sell. They have bonuses they want to get so they can have bigger holidays and have nicer watches. That's just a fact of life, unfortunately. And I wish I could change that. And I'm seeing more and more, especially in the last few months,